Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ryan Niskanen here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about pork. All right, we're going to be talking about some of the negative side effects and health implications with pork. All right, now, before we get started here, I already know that a lot of you watching this video right now probably love pork, and you probably eat pork on a regular basis, right? I just want to say I'm not judgmental. I'm not going to go ahead and tell you that you can't eat pork. You can or can't do this. Everybody's got to do what they feel is best for themselves. All right, heck, I used to love pork myself. Growing up, I consumed a lot of pork. I grew up eating ham, bacon, sausages, pork chops, pepperoni on pizza, hot dogs, all that good stuff, right? Loved it. I obviously don't anymore for certain health reasons, which we're about to get into here in this video. But growing up, I did eat a lot of pork and a lot of pork products. Right now, like I said, if you are somebody who does eat pork on a regular basis, if you can't eliminate it, I would recommend at least trying to cut back on the pork that you do eat. And I strongly believe that by doing so, you're gonna get sick less, you're probably gonna lose some weight, your energy levels are gonna go up, you're gonna start feeling better, you're gonna start looking better, you're gonna start sleeping better, you're gonna be happier, and you're gonna be a lot less likely to develop degenerative disease, all right? A lot of experts out there believe that pork is one of the major causes of degenerative, I don't know how to pronounce that word, correct me if I'm wrong, but they believe that pork is one of the leading causes of disease, right? And one of those experts is Dr. Ted Broer.
An excellent article was written in the Biological Therapy, Volume 1, Number 2, 1983, by Professor Hans Reckwig, called The Adverse Influence of Pork Consumption on Health. You'll never hear about it in the mainstream media because they're always promoting certain special interest groups. And what he found was this, that pork products actually act as a homotoxin or human poison, and there's like over 20 different diseases that could actually be transmitted from pigs into humans. And here's what was interesting. He quoted a man by the name of Lettery from Heidelberg University who had done experiments with radioactive isotopes. Now what that basically means is a lot of times you have thyroid therapy done. And they take a thyroid, they chop it up, they give you the thyroid, and it helps to restore your own thyroid. And so he wanted to find out, this guy from Heidelberg, what happened to pig after it was digested. So he took the bacon from the back of pigs' necks, ground it up in a blender, threw some radioactive isotopes in it, ground it up, and had fed it to people because he wanted to see where it would go. Did you know the back of the pig's neck, the fat back here, when fed to humans, migrates to the back of the human's neck and causes a hump in the back of the head? Heidelberg University. I'm not making it up. God knew it in His Word. He told you not to eat the stuff. He made it. Doesn't He know what to do as far as what you should and shouldn't eat? Another interesting thing, they said if you ate ham from the buttocks of the pig, especially with women, they would actually have deformed buttocks from the ham. Now, I'm not making this up, Pastor. Biological Therapy, Volume 1, Number 2, 1983, by Professor Hans Reckwig. And what's interesting about this is, here's what the underlying concept was in the entire article. Here's what it was saying. If you want to look like a hog, eat a hog. So you can do what you want to do, you can do what you want to eat, but you're not going to get away from the consequences.
All right, so that's what Mr. Ted Broer has to say about pork, and I know a lot of religions out there will agree with him, right? I got a little verse I want to read out of the Holy Bible here for you guys. A couple verses here. Right now, I'm in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verses 7 and 8. It says, "Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel, and the hare, and the coney. For they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof." Right? They don't have a split hoof. "Therefore they are unclean unto you. And the swine, which is a pig, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass." Right? So there you have it, guys. Right out of the Holy Bible itself, talks about not eating pork. And I know a lot of other religions out there, I believe Muslims and Jews are actually forbidden to eat pork. All right, so then what are some of the other negative side effects of pork? Well, it turns out one of the biggest ones is also an unknown one, and it's a retrovirus called porcine endogenous. All right, now this retrovirus lives in all pork cells, And scientists today still aren't even really sure how this virus affects the human body, but what they do know is that it survives cooking, even at super high temperatures for extended periods of time. All right, medical doctors say that retroviruses are just like AIDS in that the symptoms that you get from AIDS are most often associated with retroviruses. All right, and then these viruses actually use your body's own cells to replicate themselves. All right, so what does that mean? That means that these viruses in your body can go undetected for years and years and years as they spread and proliferate throughout your body. All right, if you think about it, that's pretty scary stuff, right? Pretty nasty. So just imagine, if you're consuming pork on the reg, you're loading your body up with these retroviruses. All right, here's what some doctors say about pork. I got a direct quote here from an article. It says, "These retroviruses dramatically reduce the body's ability to fight off disease. They suppress the person's immune system and make the consumer of pork more susceptible to disease." And then they go on here to say, "Eating pork causes many problems, including hormonal imbalances, inflammation, joint and back pain, excessive histamine production, headaches, increased susceptibility to colds and flus, as well as being responsible for many degenerative diseases such as arthritis, heart disease, and cancer." All right, so some pretty nasty stuff, guys. And then, pork is also loaded with toxins, other diseases, and worms, including tapeworm. All right, a pig, I don't know if you've ever seen a pig out in the streets or out in the city or just out in the wild, but they literally eat just about anything in their path, including feces, trash, and other dead animals. All right, I actually experienced this firsthand, right? Me and one of my good friends, we were just traveling over in India recently, and India doesn't really have a waste management disposal method out there, so there's trash like all over the streets, and there's a lot of animals on the streets too. There'll be camels and cows and pigs just cruising down the street. It's definitely a pretty crazy experience coming from America. But anyways, one morning we woke up and we decided to go for a jog around the block, right? So we're out there running, and there's this pig on the road, and it's eating something on the road. And I kind of jog by, and then I do a double take. I look back, and this pig is literally eating a pile of shit. It was eating a pile of poop. And it was absolutely disgusting. And then we keep on jogging, and there's another pig eating out of this big pile of trash. It was just absolutely disturbing, right? Whatever a pig eats virtually turns to meat on its bones within hours. A pig is literally undigested trash, right? So what else? As some of you may know, pork causes a lot of stress in the body, both physically and emotionally, and it literally poisons your body. All right, this is a well-known fact now in the scientific community, and it's obvious to anybody who eats pork that's not prepared properly, pork that's undercooked, and they get violently ill and sick and end up throwing up and stuff, right? And then I also got a quote here. There's a professor from the London Institute for Virus Research who says this. He says, "Flu viruses remained alive and active and were found in sausages, hot dogs, ham, bacon, pork chops, and virtually all pork products." All right, so what this means, guys, is these viruses, they're surviving the cooking process, right? And when you eat a pork product, you're also eating those dangerous viruses, which is scary to think about, right? So, next time before you're about to dig into that big old fat juicy hot dog or that thick slice of bacon, maybe consider first, all the retroviruses, the worms, the flu viruses, and all the other toxins that you're going to be putting into your body, which are going to affect your health. All right, I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. I just want to give you the truth so that you can be aware and make the best decision for you and for your health. All right, if you want to try a little experiment, I would recommend try to go 30 or 40 days without eating no pork. All right, so no ham, no sausage, no bacon, no pepperoni, no salami, no pork products at all, right? Try to do that for 30 or 40 days and see what happens. I guarantee what's gonna happen is you're gonna start breathing better, you're gonna start feeling healthier, more alive, more energetic, you're gonna start sleeping better and all of those things, kind of like we talked about earlier, right? And after 30 or 40 days, if you haven't noticed much, which is pretty unlikely, then go out and eat a big meal of pork after not eating pork for 30 or 40 days and see what happens. You're probably gonna end up getting sick and throwing up, right? Because your body's gonna be trying to reject that poison. All right, so it's just a little experiment that you can go out and try. I know there's a lot of doctors out there who have done this with their patients. They've taken their patients off of pork for 30, 40, 50, 60 days, and virtually 100% of the patients had amazing success, right? All of their symptoms started becoming alleviated. They all started feeling better, looking better, energy levels started going up, and all that good stuff. All right, guys, so with that being said, that's about gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope this information was helpful for you guys. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare you guys and say that you can't eat pork. You know, you gotta do this. You know, I'm not trying to say anything like that. I just want to give you guys truthful, valuable information so that you can make the best decision for yourself and improve your health. All right. So that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.